Are you having a hard time with your Linux installation trying to figure out what you're doing? Figure out more? Or in a world of AI and Linux, also other operating systems, Windows with WSL, we can now use AI in our terminal, a command line interface, to do things locally on our system. And this has been a huge boon to me as far as like refreshing and learning up more on Linux. Definitely has other uses. So you want to use AI to help yourself learn Linux and to help yourself just in general with everything. And if you're also maybe too damn cold to where you have to wear a beanie inside because you're bald, then be like me and watch this video on how to do it. That was terrible, but we're going to stick to it. So I'm just going to show you right here. This is Gemini. Now, there's a lot of different AI models and stuff like that. Gemini is one that I had a plan with. You don't need a plan, but I have a plan with it because I bought a Chromebook, not like a bundled thing. Doesn't really matter for this. But I will have this link down below. I will also have a video by a gentleman named Network Chuck that actually put me onto this, that changed for me. But as you can see, here's all the instructions on the Gemini GitHub for the CLI. And you can see here, Gemini CLI is an open source AI agent that brings the power of Gemini directly into your terminal. Provides lightweight access. So what lightweight access is kind of like here. I already have it installed, so I just do Gemini. And you see it brings up, and I made a very bad mistake. Well, it's not a bad mistake, but I made a mistake right now. So it pulls it up here, so I'm just going to actually quit. And then the reason why that was an accident is mainly because Gemini's structure on how it works is based off two things. Rule set files, which is gemini.md files, and then also the directory you're working on. So as you can see here, this is my home directory, blah, blah. But I have a little desktop project going on called Searcher, which I basically have just made this thing a search engine for me so I can just do it in the terminal. Probably not the best, but then if I do Gemini here, it is recursive as well. So any directory and subdirectory gets read. Like anything in the directory that you open it in is read. There's a limit to it. I think it's like 200 directories or something like that. But this keeps in memory. So I can say, tell me the rules we have made for yourself. Gemini.md files. Summarize them and tell me what they are. You might notice a little thing there, and I'll show you that in a second. This does have plenty of settings in it too. You can save your chats, like where you left off, to come back to it. I implore you to do that just because I'm not really trying to do a deep dive here. I just want to get the word out. But the rules I've made for myself as outlined, blah, blah, blah. See all this. Web search. So that's what it is. Now, say, for instance, I just quit this. I'm in this directory. You can see that I have a bunch of stuff here that's kind of like left over from things I was working on. I use screenshots a lot. Like if I have an error or something, I'll take a screenshot, I'll put it in the directory, make it like read the screenshot, and then help me debug. That's been a great thing. We can do mkdir dogs, right? And then we can cd to dogs. We open Gemini. Now I can do init, which I can make a rule for myself, or I can tell it to make a rule because it does understand context. So I can say, I want a rule for this directory that after every command, you'll give me a random fun fact about dogs. Right? Now, this is dumb and useless, but we're going to do it. So you can see that automatically it made a rule for itself, committed it to its memory. So now I can actually say it can run shell commands. So I'd be like, make dir cats. It actually will put it in shell. It'll ask me to allow it. You can do Control Y for something called yellow mode, where it won't prompt you as much for things. I'd look into that a little bit more before you just go willy-nilly on it. Shift tab, that's accepting edits. So that's kind of like if I want a rule set about cats. This is kind of like the autofill that you saw. Boom. I hit tab, and it tells me that. Alright. So, I want a rule set about cats. Add to memory for projects in cats. Alright. So now we can do quit. And then we can do cd cats, since it's all nested. So now I can do Gemini. What rules are applied to this directory from you? See if that says anything. It might. I'm just kind of having fun with it right now. Yep. So let's see. So what's new in the news about? Let's see. What can we do? Cowboy boots. I don't fucking know. So if I did this right, it should theoretically give me some news about cowboy boots that I don't care about. It said there was no news. That doesn't sound right at all. Let's see, experimental. I have some songs in this directory. Can you scan them with anything? You can use Picard if needed. Picard is another command line utility. Music Brains Picard to find like metadata and stuff like that to keep things nice. This fail is gonna be fucking terrible. Really trying to fucking bat. Use Picard if needed to. I want to verify what key each song is in. We're gonna put it in yellow mode, right? Because I don't want it to prompt too much. I want to just use the tools. I'm going to actually prompt this and then quit it immediately. I realized something. One of the tools here is model. So you can choose between using auto, pro, flash, and light. Let's say I want to use pro for this specifically. I usually leave it on auto because it does a good job on finding out which workload should use which type of code. That makes sense? So let's just see what this does. Okay, I can help with that first. I'll check the Picard command, blah, blah, blah. It ran the Picard command shell. You can see that it's reading all the commands it can do. So it's looking at what Picard can do, realizes that has a fingerprint scan function for identification, not analysis. Okay, user wants musical key of audio files. I found 3 tools, key finder, CLI, blah, blah, blah. So it's asking me for my password because it went and fetched a tool for me to try to find it. Now, this has built in that I'm on a ARC system. It's in the rule sets that I can use Paru or Pacman to install files, and it will prompt me and it will run all that stuff. But you can see it's running Paru, it's building Keybinder CLI from source using Paru, which is great. Okay. So it used 0.8 megabytes, and that's nice. Tells me it's installed. I'll analyze Astro Creep, the first song, right? DBM is the key, more human than nature. So that's D flat minor. Only one song was present, so the request is fulfilled. I will now provide an answer. Okay. Now it's summarizing things, probably based on the rule set, because I generally give my AI rule sets to do specific things like baseline. I always make my AIs include inverse thinking because in general, I just kind of like that. Like, you spend so much time thinking about what you're thinking about. You don't spend enough time thinking about everything around what you're trying to do. And I feel like just in life in general, for me, that just fuck. I ain't, whatever. So we're going to cancel this because it's taking too long. Well, for me. So you'll notice something here. If I go ahead and say, can you identify the keys of all the songs by health, which is located at home slash Rhada slash music slash health, right? Actually, I don't even know if that's the right one. Alright, so LS, BD music, LS health. Okay, that's right. Now, I might not be able to access this because it's not in that working directory. But I have instructed the AI with the rule sets about all the terminal commands I have on my system and what it can use in its shell processing it. You can see right now it is flying through these things telling me which keys these songs in. I'm saying C minor, G minor, F minor, A minor, B flat minor, E flat minor, B minor. It's... Your imagination is really the limit anymore. And after this, I will show you like, well, I won't show you anything. I'll just use this as a case. It's using shell commands from another tool. This AI, I asked it to do something. It figured out what I meant, found a tool to do it, did it. I have used it to download all metadata for all my media files and stuff like that. I've used it to actually create Python scripts that search for duplicates of music videos by their acoustic ID. Acoustic ID is basically like a checksum for audio files. It's basically giving specific songs fingerprints based on their audio wave. So it's a unique signature. And it was smart enough to be like, okay, I'm working with audio files. Let's find something that is unique to finding duplicates for that. And it did it. So I've used it for things as far as optimizing my FS tab file, like the mounting options and stuff like that. I've used it for making like massive backup scripts, stuff like that. Like I made a script to where it'll back up all my directories with all my games, music, pictures, and my working directories to my hard drive. And once I figured out the script was good enough, I told it to set it up as a system control service. So it just automatically runs at 2 a.m. one random day out of the week. So this has been way more long-winded than what I wanted it to be. But if you made it here, just do this. Use your imagination. It will help you. Also, check the links down below because that's... I don't do a good job at this shit, but maybe eventually I will. I just wanted to help with the way I've been helping myself. I'm kind of just wanting to watch this from here on out just to kind of see what all it does. But yeah, that's actually nuts. I'm continually blown back by it. Anyway, I'm ending this.